Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles in the humble kingdom of Dragonstone. We're in the previous episode. What? There's wood flickering in the distance. Oh, and now there's Vikings. Okay. Where are they happening? They're over here. Ooh, that's interesting. They're going right by our new section of wall. But yeah, last episode we were building a fort over there, but there's now other important things to deal with, and wood keeps appearing in the middle of the ocean. And this is a proper Viking attack as well, so hold on a minute, let's make sure we are ready for it. All our armies are near the front gates. Let's get them to the landing grounds to start wailing on the shins of the ogres as soon as they arrive. Usually the best way of doing things. Unfortunately, these aren't quite built. Yep, it's not done. It's not even half done. That's awkward. So they're just going to sail right past all these walls. Probably start attacking them, actually. That could be bad. Probably Sketchy Heels has died of old age. That's a name. Oh, yep, he's landing next to the towers. And he is just starting to destroy them. I should have built the defenses sooner. The armies are getting into position. They'll catch some of them. How many ogres are we dealing with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any more than that? 8 ogres. Sort of thing we've been used to so far. Right, I think I might just abandon that section of wall and focus on defending all this stuff over here. Then again, those sort of go hand in hand. Crap. Right, you guys start attacking that guy. Let's see if we can do something about him. Please get distracted by that tower. That'll save us some time while we deal with this guy over here. Please, you get into position. Everyone, fight the ogre. Don't just stand there. A full 128 people might be... No, it's not that. It's a full 64 people might be enough to take him down fairly quick. There goes one tower and there goes the other. How's everything else going? Let's pause for a second. Another one over here, continuing to destroy things, but the towers are now being completed, so they're going to be able to help us out a bit there. Other ogres sailing a very long way up this way. Oh, no. Oh, no. We've got no chance of building a tower in time to stop these guys from knocking down whatever they feel like knocking down. We're just going to have to let them have their fun. It was going to be ready soon. It was going to be the end of this episode. They just had to not attack it for one more episode and we would have started building towers and it all would have been okay. But no. Right, that guy should go down. Seems like the rest of them are actually ignoring that wall, so that's nice. They're all going off this way, but that means we need to reposition our armies. That guy's down, thanks to the towers. Meanwhile, that guy, having not had a little bit of trouble, got further, but still not far enough to reach the wall, actually, so that's not too bad. And, yep, here we... Oh, wow, they're all going for it. Even the Vikings are going for it. There's nothing here to... There's nobody here to steal and nothing to burn down. Like, I mean, I guess you can... Yeah, I guess you can start setting the castle on fire. Or I guess the rubble. Sure. Does it become more rubbly rubble when it finishes burning down? I've never really noticed this. Oh, and they've smashed through the bridge just before some of their guys are trying to cross it, so that's awkward. Gonna be arguing about that later. Right, let's get our guys over here to catch the armies as they approach. That's weird. There's just a generalless army going this way. Oh, God. Oh, it's all going down. So much wasted stone and time, and oh, people are coming along to put the fires out. That's probably a bad idea. You should probably just run away. Oh, some of you are, for some reason. Yep, you're all running. Oh, I guess because the things that were burning burned into more rubbly rubble. I'm surprised it doesn't say rubble now or something. Right, here we go. Our armies are hopefully stopping the Vikings in the tracks. However, one of the ogres just walked straight past and started on one of the towers, but did not finish. So that's alright. Seems like we're doing okay holding them off, except these guys are trying to sneak behind us, not having it. Make sure to catch them. It's like one guy left and he's dealt with. Oh, there's another group over here trying to... Oh, they're just going to swim over to here and end up in a fight as well. But we should move forward a little bit just to make sure that we stop these guys before they set things on fire. Oh, are you going to try... I could tell you were purposefully walking off in that direction. I appear to have tied together all my armies by accident, so now it's just one massive group. But yeah, that works. Just deal with that guy, and then run back and deal with this guy over here. He's been dealt with by the archers. How's this doing? Oh, that's bad. He's leaving now. He's had his fill of destruction, and he's going home. Oh, we didn't catch him. Come on, keep going. Oh god, one man has managed to set everything on fire after we did such a good job of holding them off. All he needs for one important Viking to get through and it all goes wrong. How are things over here? Seems like it went alright in the end. We lost 3 towers and then the one ogre that was here was killed. As usual, we lost these 2 towers over here. That's just a normal occurrence. Are we going to manage to put these fires out in time? Yep, looks like we have. Awesome. And the last boat is leaving there. The last ogre who spent a while just wrecking everything over here. Why did I order these? This must have been like a dozen episodes ago, because I do not remember doing this. So I'm just going to complete the removal, because sure. Actually, maybe that was more recent. Cause, yeah, I just ordered it over here, so I ordered it over there as well. So it was like 1 or 2 episodes ago, actually. There we go, that's all cleared away. Yeah, so, pros and cons. They didn't breach the main wall. They did breach that. They didn't burn any farms down. They did destroy half of the Dragonstone fortress we were building. I guess we will begin the reconstruction. We could just order the same things as we already had, and at least we've been building up the stone while we've been focusing on the defense, so we've got a bit of material to work with. We'll just clear all that away. And also, we'll make sure to put the bridges in straight away so that people can easily get across to the fort. I have had a bit more of an idea of how to do the bridges without them looking silly, so I'm probably going to change it, but for the moment we'll keep it like that until I'm more decided on what exactly I'm doing. Alright, we'll do the inside bits first. Probably makes the most sense. All that 4 high, and then 2 all along the outside. And it's all going to be taller later. I'm just doing it bit by bit so that we can see how it looks at each stage. The entire front section is gone. I can't build here. Why can't I build here? Must only be built atop castle walls. Excuse me. That makes none of the sense. What has happened? Oh, there's invisible rubble. Oh, there it is. It was hiding. Why does it move when I move the camera? What is this? Demolish the invisible rubble. That's what happens when you burn down rubble, I guess. And build the towers there. Oh, jeez. Right, and we'll leave them to get on with that. They'll slowly rebuild it, and everything will be fine again. We'll get back up to where we were. And we still have plenty of materials left. So we'll go over here and carry on with this wall as well. And this time, keep a better handle on tower construction. Though, of course, we can't expect a Viking attack now till the end of the episode at the earliest. So that's not too bad. But yeah, I can just immediately order the construction of new stuff, so why did I not do that before? There we go. And let's continue with the piers. Make things easy on people and make them not have to swim by doing it like 1 layer at a time. Because, like, doing 2 lines like this just means that someone's going to swim the entire length of this to get there, and it's going to take them ages to get all the work done. So we'll order all that. That keeps all our people busy, though at the moment we are missing quite a few people. Is it just general old age deaths? Ruby 1 Kenobi has died again. Mlatin has died for the 1,000,000th time. All the usual stuff. Levi Draper, is that different from Levi? Did he have to have a surname because there was already another Levi? Anyway, let's have a look at how our armies are doing and how I've accidentally merged them into one now. Yeah, don't do that. Split up, please. Nope, go separate. Don't do that. I don't know. I like how you can order someone to target an allied general and follow them forever, but you can't ask them to target an enemy. And say, chase them and keep fighting them as long as you can. That's not an option, but it's extremely important that we have one of only 3 generals that we have be able to follow another. And then it'd be really hard to not do that. There are some things about this game that annoy me, as you've probably noticed over time. Speaking of, we've had a fire burn down a quarry over here. Actually, I don't have very good well coverage over here, so it makes a bit of sense. Still don't like fire, though. Let's put this in, and then we'll put a well somewhere, just so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, it was outside well range, so that one was my fault, but most of them aren't. Put it over there. Tuck it behind the storage stuff. That is doing very well. Look at all the wood and stone in there. Awesome. And yet we've got plenty in reserve to be building with. Let's start triple speeding again. Let people get underway with things. This army has arrived and is waiting for its one soldier. We're just waiting for that soldier to turn up, but of course everyone's busy at the moment, so that might take a while. I'm going to hold a festival, because we're down by like 30 people. And it's not like we're short on money. Actually, we are a little bit. We're still gaining money every year. How come it's so low? It's perhaps just because of the crazy amounts that that I'm now trading, because it's like I gain 500, nearly 600 in tax revenue every year, and pay out nearly 400. So it all, like, it might be that I can't get up to the full number because I'm constantly losing as I'm gaining, and it's, I guess just the way it's doing the maths is stopping it from happening. It's up to 900 there. But yeah, the crazy amounts of money that are moving around, yet only a tiny amount is earned in profit, but that's fine because we barely ever spend any. Oh, and we now have a soldier ready, so recruit him. Go back up to your numbers. Let's see what this guy's doing. We'll have to go back down to normal speed so I can tell. He's missing one guy as well, so because we had them all in one group, they all lost roughly the same amount proportionally, because this army here lost 3. So proportionally, each one lost like 1.45 troops, we'll say. And that's how that's worked up. A bit of rounding and it all makes sense. Rain filling up all the cracks. I do like this system. It is quite clever to have the terrain be just slightly, I don't know, I guess just deformed in places so that it's it dips down and so the water just rises to make the cracks fill in. Very clever system. Even if, as I mentioned last episode, it makes people drown a lot and stuff like that. There we go, the water is receded. It also drowns the dragons as well if they happen to land during a rainstorm. Have we ever had dragons attack while it's raining? Because I guess they wouldn't like that. I don't think I've ever particularly noticed it happening. It'd be cool if they actually like will delay their attacks until after a rainstorm has stopped, or if they'll like run away if a rainstorm starts. I've never noticed that, but it could happen. Oh, someone's left the kingdom in despair. Why? I guess the Viking attack and that's now over, so everyone's happy again. But for the moment, I guess that's why population was a bit low. People weren't coming back in, and occasionally people were leaving because of despair. Right, let us sort out these towers again. I should have more towers now. At least for the moment. So later on I can get rid of them because we'll fill this in enough. But at the moment it's still vulnerable and it's going to take a little while for that to be sorted. So we'll have one there. And then I'm thinking like every 3. Basically like I have it on the outer wall. Yeah, we'll do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then it very nicely flanks this road here. And for no reason other than the look of it, I'm going to extend this road out a bit, so it looks like flanking that. Should probably put towers over here, really. I mean, so far I've been, like, ignoring that, but I can absolutely put a few extra towers in to help with the defense. Some over there, and then I can even turn a corner here. Oh, I can't quite do the 3 thing because it ends in the water. Yeah, we'll just do something like over here. Like that, maybe. Now we'll just carry it on this way. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Lines up nicely with that corner. Now we've actually got some proper defensive towers for next time the Vikings march on us. And eventually we can get rid of these because we'll have the outer wall and that'll all be fine. There we go, get that all filled in. Should be easy to build because we've got all the storage fairly nearby and a million quarries over here for it. Everyone is busy at the moment. I wonder if it's time to build more houses. I think food's going okay because we were already going alright. And then I built a bunch more farms last episode. I've just had a storm, so if we still do well in terms of food, then it shows that we can definitely survive with a few extra houses. We're losing over 100 to exposure per year, and I'm guessing that's because all the granaries are full rather than any other reason. Now that we've sorted out the granary issue a little bit. Yeah, so we even with a bunch of farms not operating, we only wasted a third less food than before. So I think what we can do is get rid of this tower here because it's in the way. Demolish, 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 and also this well, which could cause problems, but we'll replace it in a minute if I remember. I may forget, and then everything will burn down. Peasants died of starvation. No idea why. Doesn't make sense. Demolish this here. That gives us enough room to build the houses. We'll have to think a bit more, though, about how to sort the road out. But we'll get that underway and it'll be ready a little bit sooner. I mean, I guess we just get rid of this orchard. Not the best thing, because it generates plenty of food. But as we found out, farms are much better, really, once you get windmills and stack all the buffs on top of each other from those. See, I'll get rid of that, and then very good land there. Unfortunately, I must build some roads over it. Like so. We can then rebuild a couple of farms here, at least. I have no other plans for this particular section of the kingdom at the moment, so we can keep that working. Gonna get rid of this tower as well, because it's 2 feet behind another tower. Just getting in the way of things, really. Is there farmland under here? No. I wonder if we could do with another granary. 2 small ones there and a large one there. Should be about right, really. But then again, there's these ones down here as well. We want to make sure... Whoa, whoa, steady on. Either the game or the recording software had a bit of a fit there, but we seem to be fine now. Well, since we had one of those, I was a bit worried that we were going to start getting frequent cases of the game just freezing up entirely for a minute. Oh, here we have a dragon. It's a little one, so that's all fine. We can just ignore it and get on with other things. Ah, work is nearly done over here. Just the really large towers are taking a bit more time to be finished, because of course they can only do one at once, so it takes a bit of a while. Our defensive towers over here are doing well. You can see where it's easiest to get the materials from. Here, you've got access quickly to either of these places. So that one's done. And then as you go along, it's like a graph of... or like a chart of tower progress. Which is quite cool. It's going to take that one a while yet, because it's quite far away from... I guess the wood storage was the issue for that particular one. This is all still being done. I ordered this ages ago. I guess about the same time as the other stuff. The piers are all done, though. I didn't realise that piers were built so quick relative to towers. Let's order a bit more of this, even though no one's free. We'll do it anyway, just to get it in progress, I suppose. And we can build one more tower here. Got to make sure to keep up with those. How are we doing with the dragon? It's down. Crashed down over here. Seems to be fine now. It's currently sinking into the earth and is now teleported to the keep. We very rapidly transported its bones to the keep to put on top of the bones of the other 50 dragons we've killed. It's getting a bit of a problem, really. Keeping having to build new extensions on the keep just to store dragon bones. You know, we really thought dragons would be hard to kill, but as it turns out, it's pretty easy. So, you know, we promised, we said that we'd display them all, and now we sort of feel obliged. We keep killing more dragons, and there's just dozens and dozens of them. We're mixing the bones up. We don't know which one's which anymore. They're all identical. Well, there's 2 different kinds. It's getting quite awkward. Anyway, yes, so, I might start ordering a bit more of this stuff, seeing as it's nearly done. Though, again, we're short on people. But we are building these houses right now. They are about to be done. This one's seconds away. This one's like a minute away. Might even be done before this road is. Oh, I didn't rebuild that well. Let me make sure to do that. Where have we got well coverage? There's a well there and a well there, and there's nothing here, so we should just have one there, I suppose. Leaves a bit of a gap behind here. I could put a granary there. Yeah, let's do it. It'll help with food stocks. The more granaries we have, the longer we'll have before a famine starts to happen after the beginnings of it. At the same time, though, that can go badly, because if you don't notice that a famine is happening, you could keep making it worse and worse by building more houses or knocking down more farms. And then when it finally does actually hit, because all your food stocks are out, suddenly everyone dies at once because you had very little food production capacity relative to demand. So that can go wrong, but if I keep an eye on the food numbers, which I don't do a very good job of, then we'll be fine. So I guess we won't be fine. Oh, is there... We could actually build a granary there. I missed before that was a good shape for that, but I think we're okay with those for now. I mean, they're full, but I think that's fine, because them being full just shows that food is fine. There we go, one of the houses is finished. We should fast forward again. Let the other one be done. I always forget that stupid attacks making time go down to normal again. With Vikings, that's good. With dragons, it's not, because they happen all the time and you can't really do anything about them. You'd never be able to build a tower in time before the dragon left again, so once it's arrived, your kingdom's going to deal with it how it deals with it. At least once you have, like, constantly manned towers. There we go, our capacity's up a little bit more. Let's hold a festival just to speed up the process of getting new people in. And then we'll have a few more workers free, and happiness is doing fantastically. It is because of the festival. Let's switch back on the happiness thing. Still not great. A couple of things missing it down here. Is it a food issue? No. What are they missing? Ah, it's the tavern, isn't it? Tavern and library, because that's the way this one works. Oh, why is this one unhappy? Lack of charcoal, so that's just logistical issues. Same there. So yeah, it seems like that one's the hardest to get to, because yeah, there's a market up there and markets on either side of these, so makes a bit of sense. This one can get round to here, and there's farms right next to it anyway. So it sort of makes sense that those two are the ones that struggle the most in terms of food and charcoal and stuff. Yeah, definitely need to do some work down here. Where am I going to fit the tavern? Because there's no space around here. I already filled it. We can move the hospital, though. We can move it somewhere else, and then that'll work. So, that's something to work out for next episode. For the moment, the happiness is pretty fine, but it'd be nice to get it up to full. Speaking of full, we just reached our full population, so that's pretty awesome. And apparently, the next milestone for kingdom size is not actually that far away. So far, it's been like more than doubling each time, but apparently now it is a little bit less than that. So we might not be too far away from that. It'll still be a large expansion, but it's a lot more attainable than this previous one was relative to before. So perhaps we'll not be a humble kingdom for that long at the end of the day. Oh, more fire. Haven't built any wells over here yet, so that's gonna probably go wrong, even though it's next to the sea. Oh, no, they got it. Fair enough to them. And we are back up to... actually, we're not quite... There we go. Now we are back up to where we were at the end of last episode in terms of the castle. Hopefully next episode we'll have enough time to build it up a bit more before the Vikings turn up and start causing issues. But before houses start burning down or the Vikings do indeed start turning up, I will end it for today. So I shall say goodbye, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.